LA Knight and Becky Lynch are making some waves over some old pictures. So we'll see what's going on there. We'll also see what the latest is with Sami Zayn, Rhea Ripley, and more. Let's start things off with the latest news and rumors surrounding the Night 1 main event for WrestleMania 39. That's been a popular topic of discussion amongst the fans in recent weeks. Which WrestleMania match will get the honor of main eventing Night 1? This has mostly been just a two-match race for this spot. Those matches being Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair and the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Both of those matches have strong cases for headlining Night 1. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair is huge because not only is Rhea Ripley the Royal Rumble winner, it's also a WrestleMania rematch from when these two last faced each other at WrestleMania 36. But obviously, there was no fans in the arena for their last WrestleMania meeting, so things will be much different from when Rhea and Charlotte last met at WrestleMania in 2020. And the other match, of course, is the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And it goes without saying just the amount of great story and build-up it has been for the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. When it comes to just the levels of storytelling, build-up, and all the parts of the story, it's absolutely no competition. The story behind the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is extremely more deeper than Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, and that's just facts. So this is an argument that some fans are starting to bring to the table on why the match for the undisputed tag team titles will main event Night 1 of WrestleMania. They say that the story and build-up has been so deep that you just gotta give the tag team title match the edge to main event Night 1 of WrestleMania over the SmackDown women's title match. And in that sense, it is true. Sami Zayn's arc with the bloodline from outsider to fellow member to now being their enemy has been a long, great ride that's been going on for almost a year now. So many twists and turns that has happened along the way, especially with War Games and how Sami Zayn ignored Kevin Owens' advice about the bloodline and decided to destroy Kevin Owens in order to prove his loyalty to the bloodline. Then of course that was followed up by Sami Zayn becoming even closer with Jimmy and Jey Uso. So close to the point that Jey Uso was putting himself out there against Roman Reigns in order to defend Sami Zayn's name and position within the bloodline. Then, of course, the big Royal Rumble moment where Sami Zayn refused to attack Kevin Owens and attacked Roman Reigns instead, which caused a big conflict with Jey Uso's emotions and just created this huge entire disconnect within the bloodline, which also made Sami Zayn want to come after Roman Reigns and bring the entire bloodline down. And that, once again, brings us up to current date. Sami Zayn tried reasoning with the Usos. He tried warning them that they should get off the ship with Roman before the entire thing sinks. Sami tried getting the Usos to join him and take a stand against Roman Reigns, but they weren't having it and decided to stay put with Roman Reigns. So now you have Sami Zayn getting some help from Cody Rhodes to fight off the Usos. But everyone knows the obvious big payoff that will be huge is the moment of Kevin Owens finally agreeing to partner up with Sami Zayn in order to complete their like-minded goal of taking down Roman's empire. And again, it's such a big deal and truly long-term storytelling from a lot of different angles. You have Sami Zayn, who's been involved with the bloodline since the middle of 2022. But we also can't forget that Kevin Owens has been involved with the bloodline and getting screwed out of the world title matches against Roman since early 2021. It's been a long time coming for both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So the story of them coming back together, settling their differences, and trying to dethrone the Usos as a way to land a heavy jab on Roman Reigns' empire would obviously be a massive moment. So when you put all those massive storyline elements that are going on there up against the story elements of Rhea and Charlotte, it really is a mismatch. The story of the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just seems like it's way more worthy of that big WrestleMania Night 1 main event stage. So that's what fans have been talking about, and it does make sense because it is a bigger story. And of course, if the Usos do in fact lose the tag team titles, That itself is a big moment that should go down in the main event of WrestleMania. The Usos are currently on the longest tag team title reign in WWE history. So if that historic title reign is gonna end, it makes sense for that moment to close out night one. And of course, everything between the Usos, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn is directly connected to Roman Reigns. So the outcome of that match will most likely have a major effect on Roman's story. If the Usos lose, it could lead to Roman getting furious with them. It could lead towards their downfall. It could lead to Jey once again distancing himself from Roman. So that's the conversation right now. No confirmed word on what match is main eventing night one, but if it's going to the bigger and better story, that means the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just has to take the spot. But we'll have to keep a close eye on the situation and see what match ends up closing out the show after all. LA Knight and Becky Lynch were also in the headlines after old pictures of the both of them together resurfaced online. There were two very old images of LA Knight and Becky that fans were spreading on Twitter. One of them standing right next to each other, and the other one of Becky Lynch sitting on top of LA Knight's shoulders. The old photos went viral again, as some fans were completely unaware that these pictures even existed and were so surprised by them. Some fans looked at the photos and assumed that LA Knight and Becky Lynch must have been dating around the time that the photos were taken. But LA Knight himself took to Twitter to address the photos that were being resurfaced of Becky Lynch and himself. He had this to say on Twitter in response to those photos and fans assuming that they dated, quote, "We didn't. We were friends. You're jumping to BS conclusions. Let me squash that before you guys take this anywhere," end quote. So LA Knight is setting everything straight there. The pictures are real, but according to him, they were just friends at the time. As far as a WWE update for LA Knight and Becky Lynch goes, big things could be coming up soon for the both of them. LA Knight's popularity is continuing to grow, and he's even rumored for a major push post-WrestleMania. LA Knight's name is even being thrown around as a possibility for the 2023 Money in the Bank contract. So if those rumors are true, it could be a big year for LA Knight. Becky Lynch is also being rumored to face Trish Stratus at SummerSlam. So that would be big, if true as well. Becky faced Lita in 2022 and could possibly face Trish Stratus in 2023. Anyone would feel extremely honored to say that they stepped foot in the ring with both of these legends. So lots to look forward to there. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.